Welcome back, strangers. Today, we're here to discuss the strangest Christmas mysteries with some holiday facts that you might not know. It's going to be a fun night. I'm glad you guys have joined us. But yeah, my name's Blake. I am the narrator / one of the editors for The Strangest. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, what's up? I'm Ethan. I write and make content for the channel and our social medias, so check those out. If you're somehow new to the channel, we cover the paranormal things and unsolved mysteries. We like to travel to haunted places and talk about strange things. Like tonight, we do a weekly live stream podcast like this every Friday night, usually at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, so glad to have you guys here. Catch up on the chat. Lewis said, when do I get a guest spot on the show? Lewis is one of my IRL friends. But yeah, you got any ghost stories, Lewis? You're probably not still here. Anyway, Kenneth said, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Only a couple more days. Did the clock freeze? Nah, probably. Hey, Lex. Good to see you. And hey, Kevin. How's it going? That didn't take too long. That was good. Easy. But yeah, how are you guys doing? We tried to be a little festive today. All I had was my Slaying It shirt. Now Ethan's over there looking real, what's the word, dapper?
Oh yeah, this has won me beer in a sweater contest before, so still have it. It's a little lucky, so.
Yeah, you need some lights.
I know.
You need to say The Strangest.
I know. I thought about getting lights, but I didn't really have that much time because tonight was a rush, so I was at work a while. So
I feel like today's been a struggle.
yeah.
But yeah, only a couple more days till Christmas. I know some of you guys don't celebrate, but hey, a couple more days till hopefully a day off work.
That's why you see the holidays, man. Hopefully everyone gets to enjoy it.
Well, the thumbnail said Christmas mysteries, not holiday mysteries, Ethan.
Oh, well, I know. I guess that's true.
Who made the thumbnail, Ethan?
I totally, but that's what all the cool kids do. They post Christmas mysteries. I'm like, I'll never have a chance to actually film these Christmas mysteries, so we'll make it a live stream. We'll have fun with it. There's some good ones in here, so ones I hadn't heard of.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a pretty long, you got a long layout going, so
yeah.
It'll be fun. How's it going, Misudo-chan? Good to see you. I'm doing good. I think Ethan looks like he's having a good time.
Yeah,
yeah, Lewis, tell me if you got any ghost stories. We'll have you on sometime. That'd be a good time. I've been having some weird stuff happen in my house still. Did I tell you about that?
You told me briefly that you had that noise outside or noise upstairs that jolted you awake or Navi awake, something. You mentioned it last weekend when we were at your house.
My house is just making really weird sounds lately. Not saying it has anything to do with that Ouija board, but I mean, it seems like a good place to start.
We need to play with it again. Get Jaren over there.
This time at your house.
Oh, come on. We could use the spirit box over there. I don't know if I have the spirit box or if Jacob still has it. That's a video that needs to go up. I haven't messed with it, though.
Oh. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Might be Krampus.
Yeah. So do you have anything exciting planned for the holidays?
Just going to be with family.
Yeah.
But it'll be a good time. I don't have to work, so that'll be fun. I don't know if they know that yet. But yeah, so just eating a lot of good food and being with family.
Yeah.
What about you?
We got Christmas stuff on Saturday for Rebecca's like extended family. Sunday I'll probably have to go to my grandparents' house just to say hey. Then Monday we have like a little Christmas party at our office because we're open like half a day. Then that'll extend out to like that evening. We'll have my main family stuff, and then Christmas Day we have Rebecca's like core family stuff. So it's a long weekend. So that's why I've been stressed. Holidays are stressful.
I know. I'm kind of ready for it to be over.
Definitely ready for it to be over. So
Don't Turn Around said, did you know that Ouija board is trademarked? I didn't. I thought that it's one of those things, I guess, where everyone thinks that's what it's called, like a jacuzzi. Like, I assume everyone just thinks a hot tub is called a jacuzzi. That's how I was raised. But I didn't know it was a trademark thing. What's another example? There was one recently.
Kleenex.
Oh, yeah, Kleenex.
Xerox. Google.
Who does anyone really use anything besides Google? Like, I know Bing tries really hard, but does anyone use Bing? They're like, oh, I don't want Google. Let me Google Bing.
Actually use, you know what, Google Image? Here's a little rant Google Images, you can't pop up and make the images bigger now. So you have to go on the website. So I've been using Bing Image anytime I need to Google an image. Bing an image. I binged it.
How's it going, Amy? Happy holidays. Yeah, I accidentally use Bing sometimes, but for the most part, I try to stick to Google.
Man, it's not the worst. It's not like it's Internet Explorer.
I know. Does anyone even use that? They don't even call it Internet Explorer now. It's just Edge. They're trying to be edgy.
I actually saw a YouTube video where they're going to kill that. But let's hold on. Let's get back to Christmas. I could go on a rant. So, in case you didn't know, some other names for Christmas before they called it that it was called Midwinter, Nativity, and Yule.
I knew about Yule.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. Well, I knew a little bit about Yule watching Sabrina, the new show. I know a lot about Yule. They have a Christmas special out. Did you see it?
No, I still haven't watched it. I just learned about it when you told me about it.
It's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we got a few stories tonight. Do you want me to go ahead and read the first one?
Hold on. Let me we have one more random fact in there.
Oh, I didn't see the other. Oh, okay. Continue.
All right. The image of Santa Claus flying through his sleigh began in 1819 and was created by Washington Irving, the same guy who dreamt up the Headless Horseman. So he's a really creative guy.
That is neat.
Yeah, but yeah, you can read the first mystery, man.
Okay, let's see. All right. A Christmas mystery. Jarrett Batterson, his wife Susan, and their 2-year-old daughter were involved in a car accident in September of 1977. Jarrett and his daughter Nicole were not seriously injured. However, his wife was thrown from the car and was killed. Soon after his wife's death, Jarrett began dating Barbara. She was a nice lady who promised Susan
parents. It's supposed to be parents.
Okay, that she would watch over their granddaughter Nicole for them. Barbara and Jarrett began planning to move out west and start life over far from the tragedy surrounding their home state of Michigan. Yet the new couple never told anyone exactly where they were moving to. Some friends and family said they were moving to Las Vegas, and others said they were told California. After they left for wherever they were going, no one saw 2-year-old Nicole again. This was around Christmas of 1977. Almost 20 years later, Nicole's grandparents finally hired a private investigator to determine Nicole's whereabouts. He tracked down Jarrett and Barbara, who were living in Las Vegas. Even though the couple had spent years collecting Nicole's Social Security benefits for children with deceased parents, she was nowhere to be found. There was no paper trail for her after she left Michigan in 1977. It was like she ceased to exist. The private investigator was convinced that Jarrett knew something about his daughter's mysterious disappearance. The investigator lied to Jarrett and told him that he knew what happened to Nicole and promised Jarrett leniency if he would just tell the truth. Jarrett promised to get back to the detective in about a week to discuss what he knew. A few weeks later, Jarrett shot and killed his wife Barbara and then took his own life. Before she was killed, Barbara had mailed a letter to Jarrett's mother in Georgia. The couple hadn't seen or spoken to her in 20 years. The letter said, "By the time you get this, we should be dead. Jarrett is about to go to jail, and I don't want to live without him. I'm sorry about living apart from our family. I'm sorry about so many things. We've had such a sad and difficult life. We had hoped our troubles would never touch our families, so we kept to ourselves. We've tried to follow God. Now it's about time for him to judge us." The couple also left an envelope containing $900 to pay for the cremation of their bodies. Barbara left a note saying she wished for their ashes to be kept together in the same urn, so the couple would always be together. Yet no other clues about what happened to Nicole were found. Did Jarrett and Barbara kill the girl and cover it up? Were they kidnapped and never reported missing? What happened to her? She would be around the age 42 if she was still alive today, but no one knows if she was, or is, rather. That's sad, man.
Yeah.
Like, what did they do to the kid?
Yeah.
Makes you wonder. Like, I mean, I don't know. Worst case scenario, they just wanted to get the money and not have to pay for a kid, which is just awful. God, that's rough.
Yeah, it's crazy that it took 20 years. I guess, like the grandparents didn't have the means maybe to hire someone to track these people down. But 20 years, you find these people, you're like, hey, what happened to this girl? And they're like, oh, we'll let you know in a few days. And then they just kill each other. You're like, what the fuck? That's stuff. I'm not saying they're guilty, but that's definitely super suspicious. And you leave a crazy note. So.
That's bad.
Yeah.
But, I mean, The world will never know.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Anyway, Merry Christmas, guys.
Yeah. In other news, Jingle Bells, the popular Christmas song, was composed. Hold on. It was not. It was. Fuck. I'm struggling. It was actually written about Thanksgiving and not Christmas. So Jingle Bells is really about Thanksgiving, and it was the first song that was sung by astronauts in space. So I don't know
Oh
how
yeah,
that's
100%
related.
sure. It's like
I don't know.
it's actually booty, 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 booty rocking everywhere.
Yeah.
Seems more appropriate. Let's see. So, what was your strangest Christmas?
My strangest. I don't really have that many strange ones. Oh, I was in Christmas one time in Las Vegas because my family for a little bit, my grandparents really hated Christmas for a little while. So that was like a family thing. So there was a couple of years where we tried to be away during the holidays. So doing it, going to Las Vegas was really, really strange. So what about you?
My Christmases have all been really just tame. It's boring, more the same. Just family comes together, they try not to kill each other, and then they leave. I'm thinking this year is going to be a fun one, though. Just
Yeah.
got a hunch. A little bit
Yeah.
more drama going on this year, so maybe it'll be a fun one. Live stream.
What kind of drama? Can you say it? Do they watch this?
I don't want to say it. I'll just say that some new guests might be problematic.
Oh man.
Yeah, new parts of the family.
Yeah. Did they come to Thanksgiving?
No.
Yeah.
So, wondering. The
Yes.
whole family has learned a lot about this person since the last time they saw this person.
Is it since
So,
the last time I saw you?
I mean, some, but the
Really?
majority, yeah, it's just a lot of stuff that's like, is this going to come up? So,
That's
it'll be fun.
strange, man.
It'll be a fun
I'm
time.
sorry. Hopefully, we did a Patreon strangest news video, and one of them was news pieces was uh the the Wednesday before Thanksgiving is like the highest like weed sales in legal weed states. I wonder if that's going to be the same for Christmas. People trying to toke up to deal with their family.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Like I always hear about people doing that for like Thanksgiving and stuff, but I've never done it myself. But man, that must be a great time.
Yeah.
It probably makes it a lot more bearable. So anyway,
Does your family drink during the holidays, or is it
no,
like a dry holiday completely?
it's a
No
dry
fun.
holiday. My parents are very dry.
Yeah, I knew your dad was kind of like that, so that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, the 4th of July, uh, just about that. About the 4th of July, that's the only drinking holiday. So depends on whose house we're at. If we're at my parents' house, they can't have it anywhere, can't see it. They throw fits. So it sucks.
Yeah. So, what's the strangest present you've ever gotten?
Oh man. I'm trying to think. Let's see. One of the most awesome yet for now, until I can think of something else, I'll just say one of the more awesome ones. One year, everyone just realized I was an alcoholic, apparently, and I got a flask, ABC store gift card. For those who don't know what that is, it's the alcohol store. And I got something else that was drinking related. Oh, I got shot glasses, and none of them knew about the other gifts. So each of them just individually came to the conclusion our brother is an alcoholic.
I mean, that's love. I think besides money, like if the person drinks, alcohol is the next best thing because it's not going to go bad. So eventually, even if it's someone that has a bar, even if you give them something they don't like, they can put it on the bar, and eventually it'll be a good time by someone nearby. So
Yeah, I buy stuff I don't like, and put it on my bar. So it's like, yeah, hell yeah, bring me something weird. As long as it's not aristocrat, I don't care.
I mean, it would still just give it that out of shots once people get drunk. You just want to do a shot? Put that on the counter.
Yeah. Now I will say, you know this story, but I'll go ahead and share it. So my sisters know that I'm an alcoholic, and my dad knows. Everyone knows that I have a bar at my house. And last year, I have 3 sisters, and my parents, they were going around like giving the gifts, and they got my twin sister a bar cooler. I don't know what the official name is for it, but one of the big stand-up coolers that you can drain the ice and drain the water or whatever. Really fancy. And I was like, oh man, I want one of those. And my sister doesn't drink hardly ever. So then I went to the other sister and it was the same thing. And I was like, oh shit. Then it got to my oldest sister and she got the same thing. And like I said, none of them really drink or have a bar. And I was like, oh man, this is awesome. I've wanted one of these for so long. So then I got my present and it was a air fryer. And that's cool and all, but they did not give the guy with the bar a bar cooler. They gave me something to cook with, which I will say, if you guys need an air fryer, it's legit. It's a good time.
So, have you been to Sam's Club and seen their Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets you can buy from there for your air fryer and get the waffle fries?
So my mom actually bought those, and I went to her house to pick up a package, and she was like, "Try these chicken nuggets." And I was like, "Holy shit, that tastes like Chick-fil-A." And she's like, "It doesn't in there. They also have waffle fries, and apparently Walmart sells the Chick-fil-A sauce in a different name." So
wow,
I haven't got to try that yet, but it does. It's legit. It tastes really good.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, it comes pre-blessed.
Well, Johnny said that he liked our sweaters, and Mr. Ramsey's here, so that's pretty cool. Pretty
How's
excited.
it going, guys? Good to see you.
Mr. Ramsey, I actually have a fact for you. It's really down far on this outline if you're still here. But apparently Scotland is full of Scrooges, and the Parliament banned Christmas from like 1600 to like 1958, the Scottish Parliament. I don't really remember. Can't find it. It's somewhere down here. We have a lot on this outline. I don't know if we'll cover it all, but it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, I was scrolling up, just trying to like get to the top, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I put in a lot of facts. All right, I'll read the next one. The next one's a UFO story. So, all right, the Warminster. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. The Warminster is one of the strangest cases of mass paranormal sightings in the UK. Here we go. There's another UK story from Mr. Ramsey. From the 1960s through the 1970s, Warminster was a haven for UFO sightings. However, the sightings weren't initially flying objects, but they started as unexplained sounds that were happening. And Christmas morning in 1964, many of the residents awoke to strange noises. It sounded like pounding vibrations. They described it almost like it was a sonic attack, like a weapon that was just like going off. The weather outside was really clear, but they kept hearing this unexplainable humming sound. This was also recorded by soldiers at a nearby base that experienced the same phenomena. Some of the residents were knocked to the ground by the vibrations and were unable to get up because they were so strong. And no one could ever explain what was actually causing it. The noises were eventually nicknamed the Thing, and by the summer of 1965, witnesses started reporting unidentified flying objects in the sky above Warminster. In August 17th of 1965, a detonation noise rocked the houses of the towns in the nearby area, and a monstrous orange flame was seen above the sky, crackling and hissing. There were also reports of strange sounds that were killing flocks of pigeons that year, and this went on for over a year. It became known as the Warminster Thing after scores of townspeople reported seeing an array of unexplainable UFO sightings along with the strange noises that kept occurring. It garnered a lot of public attention when there were photographs of flying saucers that were published worldwide, and many UFO enthusiasts started flocking to this small town. But eventually the hype did die down, and there were no more visits from the mysterious thing in the sky. Yet no one can still explain the origin or the strange sounds that were heard on Christmas in 1964 or the events that followed that year. What are your thoughts?
Well, I know that like in the last year or so, there's like been a lot of reports of like weird sounds coming from the sky, like what was it, a horn or something? People were saying it was Michael, like the archangel.
Yeah, that's true. That has been a big thing. People say that here. So there's even YouTube videos of it. So.
Yeah, so maybe it was similar. Did they ever say what actually caused that? I know there was some kind of explanation.
I don't know. I've never watched them that in depth. Mr. Ramsey said wasn't that around the time LSD and acid started become
It's
popular.
about the right time, yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
there's orange stuff in the sky. You see it? Yeah, man, I
Yeah.
see it.
But it was just an isolated area. I mean, you never know.
That's creepy, though. I mean, I don't know what I would do. I'd probably just be like, well, this is it. I picked wrong. Time to
Yeah.
die.
All right. Do you guys want 10 Christmas tree facts?
Guess what? You're getting them anyway. Did you know Christmas tree decoration is believed to have originated in the 16th century in Germany?
Did you know Christmas trees actually grow in all 50 states, including Hawaii and Alaska?
What? Did you know that the Christmas tree is grown in all? Oh, you already did that. Did you know the other name of a Christmas tree is the Yule tree?
Oh man, did you know Nova Scotia in Canada is the world's leading exporter of Christmas trees?
I didn't know that, but did you want to know a useful way to recycle your Christmas tree, Ethan?
What? How are you supposed to get rid of it?
Some zoos take Christmas trees and use them as food for the animals.
Oh man, this is actually 5. I thought it was like 10. All right, here's the last one. You would have to use an artificial tree for more than 20 years for it to actually be greener than buying a fresh cut, normal like organic tree. Also, like the trees you buy in the store, you have to be careful not to get the cheap ones from China because you might coat your house with lead dust because they use lead paint and it's bad for your kids and your pets. So be careful.
Man, I didn't know that was still a thing. I thought that they'd kind of figured out that lead was bad.
It is, but people like to cut costs.
That's true. My parents have had the same tree for probably 15 years, something like that. They've only had 2 since I've been alive. So I don't think they've ever actually had a real tree. But all my parents do is they keep it in the like they have a really big living room, so they keep it in the very back. And when it's not Christmas, they throw a sheet over it, ornaments and all. And then when it's Christmas time, they pull it back off, and no one ever knows. People every now and then I'd bring them over, and they'd be like, "What's that giant cone in the back of the room?" It's like it's nothing. But it's a hell of a lot easier. You don't have to worry about anything. Just take it off. Merry
That takes
Christmas.
away some of the fun, though.
I guess when all your kids are gone, it's not as fun.
That's so true. I hate decorating. Rebecca is more of a thing. When I was growing up, we used to always have a real tree. I didn't have a fake tree until me and Rebecca we bought our first big fake tree for the apartment. And this year it was the first year we actually had a problem with it. It was the 4th year of us using it, and the lights on it didn't work on part of it. So Rebecca freaked out because she didn't want to just string it with lights. It was like a pre-lit tree. So we had to spend all this time and effort trying to find a new tree. We bought multiple trees. One of the trees we bought was broken, so we had to send it back. One of the trees was really ghetto, so we had to send it back. We got refunds on all of it, but it was so long. And finally, she just agreed to put string lights over it like I had wanted to, because our tree is really cool and it's really special. I hate that it wasn't working. We actually got one of those light finders, like to find burnt lights in your tree. And Rebecca literally spent like 5 hours replacing all the light bulbs that they said were burnt out on this thing, but it never worked. But the string lights, it looks fine. And Christmas was saved this year. But that was like 2 weeks of my life living hell.
Spooky Whispering said, "What's that giant cone? The ghost of Christmas past." Basically. Oh, I should have just looked back and be like, "Oh shit, what the fuck is that?" Get out of here!
Who put this here?
Kevin Tom said, "I once had a real tree and found out my dog was allergic to evergreen." Oh shit, that sucks. I forget that dogs are allergic to things.
That girl that was at your house from Vista, she's allergic to the evergreen stuff.
That would be a good excuse not to go outside.
I mean, that's a good excuse for not coming to New Year's at our house. Oh, we're having a New Year's thing at my house. I don't know if we told you that, but
no,
yeah.
Uninvited.
No, I have a problem where I just assume you know things.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I have anything going on, so we'll make that a thing. We'll have to do a live countdown or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we could go live, count it down. Lex will already be way into the future by then. Same with Mr. Reality and Amy's Crypt. Everyone living past us.
I missed Everyday Chris said, sorry I'm late. You guys are great. You're great. And it's okay if you're late. We're late all the time. We're usually late to our own live streams.
Yeah, we were 2 minutes late and people were calling us out on it.
Exactly. But yeah. So, I guess it's my turn to read the next story. Okay. So now another story time. The mystery of who actually wrote A Visit from St. Nicholas, more commonly known as the night before Christmas. The poem has been called arguably the best known verses ever written by an American. It's largely responsible for some of the conceptions of Santa Claus and American Christmas traditions. The poem had a massive impact on the history of Christmas gift giving. Before the poem gained wide popularity, American ideas had varied considerably about St. Nicholas and other Christmas-side visitors. The poem was originally sent anonymously to the Sentinel, a newspaper in Troy, New York, and first published on December 23, 1823. It became super popular and was republished everywhere, despite everyone,
Despite not knowing.
not knowing who the mysterious author was. Finally, in 1844, a professor named Clement Clark Moore claimed credit for writing the poem, which had been sent to the Sentinel by one of Moore's friends. Supposedly, Moore was hesitant to take credit for the poem because he was embarrassed by it. He considered it to be unscholarly. However, some historians do not believe Moore was the actual author. A professor named Donald Wayne Foster presented compelling evidence in 2000 that the real author was actually Henry Livingston Jr. Foster. Believed the poem bore a striking resemblance to Livingston's other writings, but was a strange anomaly in Moore's body of work. Some called Moore a sour, unsentimental individual and asserted that the poem did not fit his persona. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence in favor of Livingston is the names of Santa's last two reindeer in the poem. They were originally Dunder and Blixen, and only became Donner and Blitzen because of a printer's error. Many years later, Moore wrote out copies of his poem, but committed the same mistake by writing Donder and Blitzen. I keep saying Donner and Blitzen. The words Dunder and Blixen are actually Dutch for thunder and lightning. Moore spoke no Dutch, but Livingston did. Who do you believe wrote the poem? Definitely the Dutch guy.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
I'd never heard that before. I know it's super famous, and that was actually, when I was looking up Christmas mysteries, that was number one on a list, and I'm like, I've actually never heard this before. The very first story I had briefly heard, but not the whole detail of it, so it really, really creeped me out. The first one, the little girl one. And we have one more at the bottom. The last one on here is a good one. But yeah, I think it was the Dutch guy too, because it's a little strange.
I guess the dude was just like, well, no one else is claiming it. Might as well become a millionaire. I guess I have nothing else to do.
No. Someone said that Pamela said, I love the turtleneck. This is actually a women's turtleneck. So
yeah, Ethan's a dapper dude.
Yeah.
Gonna get all the candy for Christmas.
Yeah. We painted Grinch paintings in this one time at a brewery and did it dressed up for a ugly sweater contest, and that's where this came from. And Swamp's here. Holy shit. Man.
It's very warm, very cozy. My ears are burning up. Spooky said, meet my reindeers, thunder and lightning. Then come see my spray painted fantasy van.
It's a lot more badass.
That is. But yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. How's your Christmas spirit in the swamp? But yeah, it doesn't feel like Christmas, man. Like it came so quick.
That's what she said.
I was hoping you'd catch it. You did it. Good job, Ethan.
I struggle, man.
But yeah, it really did though. Like this year, maybe it's just because we're getting old, but like it is getting, like, years go by so much quicker now. It was just Christmas. Now it's Christmas.
Do you know why it goes by faster as you get older?
Because your memory just gets worse and you don't remember days, and they just kind of blend together, and you just keep walking towards impending death.
Yeah, kind of. That's close. And so one theory is that like when you're 5, when you like only a year of your life is only 20% right there, but now when you're like 28, that's 1/28 of your life. So time just gets shorter and shorter, your perception of it. So
Yeah, because like I remember when I was like 13, I had the first thought in my head. I was like, I can't imagine someone living my lifetime twice, three times. It seems like such a long time, and now here I am turning 28 in 2 months, and it's like, I should
Yeah.
be doing more with my life.
Yeah, I saw a thing that said if you were born in, I mean, if you're alive during 1999, what was it like during Y2K? I'm like, that's a weird way to preface that. I don't like that. If you're alive, uh,
Yeah, I want to ask my nieces and nephews if they know what Y2K is. I feel like no one else knows.
I want to do an episode on it one day and go in more detail about it because it's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing looking back at it though. Like there's some videos like in the news from, before Y2K talking about why they think the world's going to end, and it all comes down to the computers don't know how to go to that number. That's like because from what I understand, it's like instead of 2018 it just said 98, 99. They were like, it's not going to know what to do when it hits 100. It's going to release all the nukes. That's the default setting of Windows 98. Release the nukes.
So we'll worry about this later. What? It's 1999. Fuck.
You were learning to play Magic the Gathering on New Year's Eve, 1999. Wow. I forgot that Magic the Gathering was around. Was that a thing? I didn't know about it till like the late 2000s.
So did you watch the ball drop on like 1999 to 2000?
Probably. I don't know.
You don't remember where you were when Y2K happened? Where were you?
My mom was just like, all right, kids, go to sleep. If you hear any loud noises, just close your eyes.
It'll be okay.
Oh, but no, I remember it being a big thing, but I don't exactly remember how we got through it. Because my dad's always been a very, if it happens kind of guy. He doesn't prepare for anything. Like when that hurricane was coming, he was the big one that was going to demolish us. He was like, I'm not getting any supplies because it's not going to happen. And he was right. But then the next week it did. So yeah,
If I'm dead, I'm dead.
yeah, I'll have to ask my parents what they did, like what they were doing on Y2K. But yeah, I do remember it being a big deal. I know I didn't understand it. I was just like, I thought that it was more of an apocalypse thing than it was a technical thing. I thought it was like, oh, well, okay, whatever. It's like, why did we do this?
So Father Michael's one of his grandmothers really freaked out about it and filled their basement full of like food and doomsday prepping stuff. So they did spend all of like 2000 eating all this canned food, like all the family, because nothing happened. So
I did have to eat a lot of ravioli in my childhood. Maybe that's what happened. They just stockpiled it.
yeah.
Spooky said, oh, the computer thing was kind of real. My aunt got rich as fuck reprogramming banks and FedEx system. Man, we were so dumb. We were really dumb. Like everyone was just like, this is going to be a problem. You can tell that like no one understood computers back then. Of course, they were few and far between. Like I think we got our first computer, like had our first one back then. It was like this giant gateway that only did like three things. It's like, you want to play pinball? You play pinball? You can go on the websites that are just made of, just text, no pictures, just text. But yeah, man, we struggled. Anyway, Christmas.
Okay, here's 5 reindeer facts. Starting with Rudolph was the first reindeer that was named. It was actually developed by the Montgomery Ward department store. They created Rudolph as a marketing gimmick to encourage children to buy their Christmas coloring books. The original version of Rudolph did not have a red nose because back then red noses were seen as an indicator for chronic alcoholism. That's real, too real, guys.
Yeah, that's the cartoon's explanation for it.
The department store didn't want him to look like a drunkard. So,
man, that's why he was never playing any reindeer games. He was an alcoholic. No, Rudolph, we don't want to play with you. Brush your teeth. Jesus, fucking Rudolph. It could have been high too. He was flying around and shit. You never know.
Yeah. The other reindeers weren't named until that the night before Christmas poem that we just mentioned before. Before none of the other reindeers were named, and people started leaving food out for Santa Claus's reindeer, like Norse children did. They would leave hay and treats for Odin's 8-legged horse, Sleperin. I don't know how you say it. Sleipnir.
Sleipnir.
Yeah, hoping they would stop by during their hunting adventures. Dutch children adopted this same tradition of leaving food in their wooden shoes for St. Nicholas's horses. So,
give me a second. I gotta look up Sleipnir because this sounds like nightmare fuel.
maybe I'll keep going. So eventually, Dutch children started actually leaving out food and drink for St. Nick himself, hoping to honor him during their feast day. So that's how we developed the leaving milk and cookies out for Santa. So we continue this very old tradition. Did you find anything?
Finding it. Oh man. Well, there's some little drawings of it. Hold up. I'll see if I can. This is so weird.
Screen share, it didn't happen.
Yeah, let me try to find one that's not too silly. It looks more like a horse in these pictures. Did you say it was a horse?
Some of them are. Some of them are reindeer. I don't really know. I'm not quite sure.
Okay, I'm gonna go with this rendition. Let's see.
Clock's ticking.
So,
People's losing patience.
Go. So that's the 8-legged horse. That's terrifying. I don't want that coming down my chimney. That's also what she said. Okay.
So did you see the thing on Facebook about Santa being a wizard? Because what if they developed the myth that Santa comes down the chimney at night for Muggle children to disguise the fact that Santa's a wizard and uses the Flu network to deliver all the presents?
I mean, I'd prefer that way. That sounds more feasible.
Yeah,
all I've heard on Facebook is that Santa's apparently a woman now.
Oh yeah, Facebook's crazy. You can't pay attention to it too much. Just in case you didn't know, we're on Facebook. The Flaming Skull knows it. So like us, comment, subscribe on Facebook. We got over 200 people following us there.
Yeah, Ethan's been killing it on posting. So a lot of cool stuff over there.
Yeah, if you like pictures with words that are creepy, I post a lot of pictures with words. Some creepy stories.
Oh man. What was the last one you did? Was it I was busy looking up.
We're on the eggnog one. It's the very last one before the next story.
So America's first batch of eggnog was made in the Jamestown settlement in 1607. What? Its name comes from the word grog, meaning any drink made with rum. Non-alcoholic eggnog is popular as well. I haven't had eggnog this year, and I don't think I've ever had alcoholic eggnog. I feel like you have to make it out of a bathtub for it to be legit. Or at least that's what the media has told me. Let's see. Swamp said, I like the strangest photo once and I instantly gained 3 clout points. That actually is part of our basic package. If you do like our photos, you get 3 clout points. If you like 2, you get a free ice cream cone from your nearest Ben and Jerry's. So
it's a fun time, guys. Try it out. You won't be disappointed.
Swamp said, drop some Henny in it. I can't do Hennessy, man. It's not for me. Anything with Hennessy I've ever had, ugh.
They had on the cruise ship, you could buy 6 bottles of it for $2.50. I didn't know if that was a deal or not, but
that's a pretty good deal. I think
I didn't
it's expensive. It's one of those things I have for show. It's like, all right, don't touch it, but I've got it. Yeah, I don't care for it though. Anything possible.
There was a girl at Vista who got married and doesn't work there anymore. Like she was teaching phlebotomy or something. She had cases of it at her wedding. That was a crazy time. People just drank it straight.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on December 25th, 1885.
That's Christmas.
I say, oh my God, is this Christmas Mysteries? Mr. and Mrs. Patrick Rooney were found dead in their kitchen by their hired hand, John Larson, and their son, John Rooney, at their home in Seneca, Illinois, USA. Yeah. The last time the two of them had been seen alive was at 8 p.m. the evening before, when they were pounding glasses of whiskey. They were sharing a few Christmas drinks with Larson and their son. That morning, Christmas morning, Larson woke up to traces of soot on his pillow. He was like, what the fuck is happening? So he ran downstairs and was shocked to find Patrick dead in his bedroom. Matilda was nowhere to be found. Later that day, Larson wandered into the kitchen and found a large blackened hole in the floor. It rested alongside what appeared to be charred remains of a human foot. A pile of ash was inside the hole, and this was all that was left of Matilda Rooney. The investigation by the police and coroner led to the conclusion that Mrs. Rooney was a victim of spontaneous human combustion, a situation in which it is believed the human body somehow ignites itself and reduces to ashes in a very short time. It was further stated that her husband had been asphyxiated by the fumes rising from his wife's burning body while he was sleeping off the drinks. John Larson was cleared of all suspicions in the murder because the rising soot from the fire had left an outline of his head around his pillow, proving he had slept through the strange event. It had seemed impossible for Larson to have started such a blazing fire without damaging the rest of the house. While he slept on the second floor, his door was shut, so he's reasonably protected by the smoke and soot that killed the mister of the household. However, he did die 2 weeks later after the event, apparently due to the side effects of inhaling all the smoke and grease that was in the air of the house that night. It is possible that the excessive alcohol consumption caused Matilda Rooney to spontaneously combust. A prominent local legend was that she suffered divine retribution for daring to drink so much on Christmas Eve. So be careful, you guys.
Holy shit. Is that real? Like, is spontaneous human combustion a real thing, though?
I mean, it is tonight.
Because, I mean, we could do an experiment and drink a lot on Christmas Eve.
I'm going to try. I'm definitely think I've been there before. I don't want to do that. I don't want to risk fate.
I'm pretty sure I have too. Well, we'll do it for the views.
Time lapse.
Exactly. Hey, Crystal Melody, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Spooky said, when they were pounding glasses of whiskey. I was going to comment on that. I was like, that's what she said. Yeah, let's see. But anything that's not a Christian is pagan. Anything that's not Christian is pagan. So the tree thing comes from the Gauls winter festivals too. Yeah, pagan. I didn't realize until a couple years ago that like so many things from Christmas are pagan or have pagan origins. But yeah, the paganism, man. I'm not going to get too much into it, but look it up sometime.
Yeah, there were a lot of facts like that. I tried to make this as religious neutral as I could, but yeah, there's a lot of interesting facts. I mean, like Christianity has a really big, long history of like incorporating things into it, mixing and matching different ideas and traditions, and to keep people happy. As more and more people like became Christianized, they just adopted, changed things around. So
yeah. So speaking of Christmas. This is a little bit of a killjoy, I guess. How did you find out that Santa wasn't actually real?
Okay, I'll tell you this because this is one I didn't get to say about my strangest present or strangest Christmas, really, besides the Las Vegas thing. Besides going to Las Vegas for Christmas, my next strangest Christmas was like when I was 10 in fourth grade. I had like the best Christmas ever. Like I got so many surprise presents. It was a really good time. I was really fortunate. And the one thing that was like from Santa was an air hockey table. Like it's not something I ever asked for, but it was really cool. And it was just the coolest present ever. And after that night, my grandmother was like, you know what? Santa isn't real. We worked our asses off to sneak all these presents and the air hockey table, put that together and put that up. I'm glad you had an amazing Christmas, but he's not real. We did all that work. Love us and don't tell your friends this.
Oh, man. Okay. I mean, that's kind of how I feel, though. Like, if I had kids, I'd just feel like, man, don't, it's like, oh, all the thanks is going to this imaginary character. It's like, no, screw that. It was me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy. At least they were blunt. My parents never directly told me. My parents haven't told me a lot of things. We still haven't had the talk. Like, I just figured this shit out. But, yeah, the way I found out that Santa wasn't real is my parents were gone one day, and my sister and I are shits. So, like, my parents were gone, and we went to my mom's room where she wraps all the presents, and we were looking around, and we found all of our letters to Santa, like, from years before as well, like, just sitting on top of one of her cabinets. I guess she had, like, taken them out to get the other ones to put in. And I was like, Brittany, I got bad news. I don't think Santa's real. And this was after that same year, just learning that the tooth fairy wasn't real. Because I put I know I'm getting off topic, but like, and this is also a little, I just realized something looking back at it. So we didn't put our teeth underneath the pillow, probably because my parents thought it'd be too difficult and we'd probably wake up. Somehow we had Crown Royal bags, which I'm starting to question where they came from. But we would our tradition was to put the tooth in the Crown Royal bag and hang it on our door. And then the next day we'd have money in the Crown Royal bag. And the money would be inside of it would be like we'd have to put the tooth inside a camera film, like plastic roll. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, things drug dealers sell drugs with your family's secret link.
Yeah. Holy shit, my family was, oh my God. That's why they don't like it, because they used to do it.
Yeah, they just went to go hard, man.
Yeah, I really don't. I need to find out where we got those.
Your dad rode a motorcycle. He lived a crazy life, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. I gotta go ask. I got a lot of questions. But yeah, so I did that, and one time I woke up and I realized that the tooth fairy was like a 40-year-old man, shirtless, just scrounging around, stealing teeth and giving money. So, but anyway, that's how I got spoiled on all the holidays. And I just found out that my nephew this year, he finally found out that Santa wasn't real, because my sister finally told him, because she was like, "You're getting kind of old." I was like,
"How old was he? How old was too old?"
I think he's in middle school. So
looks like he's 19.
He's 29. But yeah, his sister already knew, and I almost spoiled it last year because I made some kind of joke. I can't remember what it was, but it was something. The punchline was Santa isn't real, and unbeknownst to me, he just stared at me like, "What? It's like, what did you say?" And I had to like go back and like cover my tracks. I was like, "No, it's fine, it's fine." So he didn't find out for like almost another year. So my family's very intuitive.
Yeah. I'm glad that you haven't knocked anyone up, even though you haven't had the talk yet with your family. You should have the talk with your dad. Just start it awkwardly.
Yeah, like they never told me anything. And I still, maybe that's the key, is like if your parents don't tell you, you'll be fine. Like I remember coming across a book about it one time, but like I don't think I was supposed to. I don't know why. I just came across it, and then the invention of the internet. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't have the talk with their kids anymore. It's just they get on the internet and they figure it out.
I had 2 talks. I had one with my grandpa, which was awkward. I was like, "Yeah, it's okay. I have the internet. It's all right." Then the next one was like right before I started having sex. My aunt, like, I was at her house and she's had like a box of condoms on the counter. I'm like, "This is fucking awkward." But they were for me, and that was even more awkward. And she's like, "You be safe now."
That's the cool approach.
I guess.
My parents, all right, so I wasn't as good at like being sneaky apparently. And like I was always paranoid that wherever I hid the condom or threw it away, like it'd be found. Because like the only place I could do stuff was like around my house, basically. So at one time I put it in my pocket, like the wrapper and everything. And again, unbeknownst to me, my mom decided to be nice and go wash my clothes. And I have a habit of leaving things in my pockets. So she took it out and she like came up and like just freaked the fuck out on me. She was like, "I can't believe you're doing this shit under our roof, doing it while you live here. That's garbage." It's like, I'm fucking 18. What do you expect? You didn't have to talk with me.
So. You should have been like South Park. This is how I just piss. Just tie it up and throw it away.
Oh man, I had a weird childhood. But anyway, back to Christmas.
Oh yeah. So the tradition of hanging stockings comes from a Dutch legend. A poor man had 3 daughters for whom he could not afford to provide a dowry for. St. Nicholas dropped a bag of gold coins in his chimney, and the gold coins fell out and onto his stockings. He was drying out by the fireplace. The daughters now had dowries, and they could be married, avoiding a life on the streets, prowling for that money.
So, that was very nice of St. Nicholas.
It was. So,
So Coca-Cola was the first company that used Santa Claus during the winter season for promotion. I did hear that. Santa initially wore clothes that were in green, purple, or even blue. For many years, this was the common theme for the jolly old man at the North Pole. However, Coca-Cola decided to dress him up in colors that matched their brand, and now he's forever in red clothes. Huh. I think I had seen some things with him in green before, but that's crazy. I didn't know that Coca-Cola was the reason for the red.
No,
That's pretty crazy. I mean, just this is Coca-Cola trademark, man.
it is.
Hmm.
In Japan, the Japanese spend Christmas evening eating KFC buckets. This popular tradition started with customers having to book their buckets 2 months in advance. So KFC is really big there. They actually had to also teach people how to use a drive-through because McDonald's didn't hit Japan first, so KFC was targeted with like teaching people how to use a drive-through over there back in the day.
I think we're still trying to teach people to use drive-throughs in America. Like when they introduced that whole McDonald's thing where there's 2 drive-throughs, people don't know how to do it. They lose their shit. It's like I'm always paranoid too. I'm like, am I gonna get the wrong food because someone tried to like speed in front of me because one of these is quicker than the other?
Have you ever had someone cut you in a drive-through line?
Yeah, it's like, are you fucking serious, dude? Oh, like when I remember when I was a kid, like my mom brought us to McDonald's, and my sister and I, again being little shits, like this lady cut her off, like going the wrong way to get into the line, and we just gigged the fuck out of that lady, like hanging out the window. I was like, what are they gonna do? We're 12. But yeah, it sticks to me to this day that bitch cut us off because we were going to McDonald's. That was a special thing. It was like that didn't happen. My parents were so cheap that we'd always get the same thing. Is like, can we go to McDonald's? They'd be like, yeah, we'll go right by it. It's like,
That's
fuck
so
you, mom. Yeah. So, and they wonder why I caught up so much after I got out of the house. I was like, I'm gonna go to McDonald's every day.
Fuck you, parents.
Yeah, I'm gonna blame that. Between 1640 and 1958, the Parliament of Scotland officially abolished the observance of Christmas. Really?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, like, fuck Christmas. We'll have our own holidays with blackjack and hookers in Scotland.
That sounds like a pretty good time. Spooky said, and cakes of strawberries, Christmas cake. It has dual meaning. A joke about how nobody wants you after you're 25, in the 25th. As in the 25th. Let's see. I joined the live stream, and the first thing I hear is "fuck you, mom." It's that kind of live stream. My mom's probably watching. Should be fun.
Oh yeah, she's subscribed.
She's a subscriber. Yeah.
You have an awesome son.
Yeah, just the usual live stream here. Definitely, it's pretty typical. Well, I broke something. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder what their reason was. Did it say like what the reason was? Was it just
No.
because it was like a religious thing?
No, they didn't say. Scotland was just like, fuck you. Like, Scotland has this whole thing probably like against England, like this centuries old thing. So they might be like, fuck you, England. We're not celebrating Christmas because you celebrate Christmas. Fuck off.
Fuck you, old man.
We'll do what I want. We'll have Christmas in the summertime, like in New Zealand.
Yeah, that still throws me off. It's like, oh, it's Christmas in the summer. I mean, whatever. Let's see. Oh, the next one's a long one. I'll let you do that one, Ethan.
What? I thought I just read one.
I did it. Mine was pretty short. Do you want me to do it?
Hold on. No, I read the combustion one, didn't I? Yeah, it's you. It's your go.
Oh, I was just going off of the individual ones we were doing.
No,
okay,
no,
I'll do
no. The next one's a story. That's a long one. That's the last one, I think, too. So.
Okay, let's see. On December 17th, 1993, 9-year-old Chance Wackerhagen Chance Wackerhagen left his mother's home in Kingsville, Texas, to his father's home in Lockhart. He was going to spend the holidays with his father, Lee Wackerhagen, and his longtime girlfriend, 38-year-old Latricia White. On Christmas Day, Chance called his mother, Gay Williams, to ask about staying a few extra days. She said he sounded excited about the presents he got and overall very happy. This would be the last time Chance's mother would hear from him. 2 days after Chance last spoke to his mother, Lee's girlfriend, Latricia White, was found murdered in their home. She had been shot 6 times in the head. Police soon found that her live-in boyfriend, Dub Whacker, had vanished along with his 9-year-old son, Chance. Dub was immediately considered a suspect. However, his family believed that both he and Chance were also victims of Latricia's killers. Dub was known for having a violent temper and reportedly got into a heated argument with Latricia shortly before Christmas, sorry. He was the prime suspect in her murder. A warrant was issued for Dub Whacker Hagen's arrest. 3 days later, Dub's pickup truck was found abandoned in a field 50 kilometers away. Many items were found inside, including Dub's wallet and checkbook. The most compelling piece of evidence was a heap of unopened Christmas presents in the back, some of which were covered with blood. Surprisingly, the blood did not match Latricia White, lending credence to the possibility that Dub and Chance fell victim to an unknown party who subsequently disposed of the bodies. 4 months after the murder, Chance's maternal grandfather received a call, apparently from Chance, that said, "Help me, help me." He's certain that it was from Chance, but Dub's family believes that it was a hoax. Neither Dub nor Chance have ever been found. However, there's still debate about whether Dub took Chance and went on the run as a fugitive, or if they both were victims themselves.
Yeah, Dub and Lee are the same person. I kind of switched to the nickname there for some reason. I'm really sorry. I thought I changed it all to one thing, but
that's okay. You left Wackerhagen in as many times as you could. So
I meant to take that out. I meant to proofread this some. But
no, you're fine. I just like saying Wackerhagen. And there was also a point where I thought he just like the end of the sentence is like, on Christmas Day, Chance called his mother gay. Williams. I was like, oh God.
Mom, you're gay.
You're so gay, Mom. I hate this family.
I'm staying with Dad 2 more days. Never heard from again. No, it's really bad though. Do you think the dad was involved, or do you think like they were all like some crazy involved in like they never said anything like if the dad could have been involved in some illegal activity that caused like the whole family to get hit? So like the girlfriend gets murdered, and then while like the dad and the son are out, and then they come back home, and then they get abducted or killed or something. Do you think something like that happened, or do you think he did it?
I think the dad did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it, then disappeared. If it's anything like the last story that I talked about, he probably just, did some pretty dark things.
Yeah.
I don't know. So on a lighter note, Hallmark introduced their first Christmas card in 1915.
Yeah, and today more than 3 billion Christmas cards are sent in the U.S. alone every year. The business of Christmas cards is huge if you're looking for one.
I never have to look for one. Because my mom worked she worked in American Greetings during my childhood, which is like all the greeting cards you would find at like Kmart, Toys R Us, all the other places that don't exist anymore, and or at least for us. And she like they would give her all these like giant boxes of cards to throw in the compactor, and she was like, "Can I keep them?" And they were like, "Whatever." So we have an entire shed full of greeting cards, party bags, like stuffing you put in the bags, wrapping paper. I've got my family consistently uses wrapping paper that is very dated. Like every year I will get a present with WWF wrapping paper, the original 150 Pokemon, which that's actually pretty legit. We've got a lot of that. And then there's some that has like Ren and Stimpy, Rocco's Modern Life, all this crazy stuff. So I never have to worry about buying that.
Dude, that stuff might be collectibles. You could sell that shit on eBay, like Spooky said. Spooky, like paper tissue giveaway. Man, I suck. I just like dyslexic.
Paper tissues
giveaway.
That sounds awful. It's like, oh, these paper tissues, man, they rub me dry. I don't like them. Sandpaper tissues. Why isn't there more info other than blood? Is it male blood? Is it the dad or son's blood type? Why isn't there more info? Good question.
They might not have known the blood types nor had someone to sample it. I mean, this was back in the day. I don't know. That's a Rebecca question. Rebecca's really good with blood stuff since it's her job. It was in
She
'93.
must be busy today. She hasn't come in with any smart ass remarks.
Yeah, she's hanging out with Christine tonight.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that's where she's going.
So, Christmas season sales account for almost 1/6 of all retail sales in the U.S.
Yeah,
Man, this is our first Christmas without Toys R Us.
it is. It's a sad time, but I'd always heard Toys R Us was going to go out of business ever since I was in elementary school, so it's not the saddest.
They were just so expensive, man. Like, I love Toys R Us. Like, and I never went. I mean, it was like once a year I'd go just to be like, oh, what kind of stuff did they do now? Like when I was a kid, that was my place. Like again, my mom worked there, like doing greeting cards, and when she was, like, I'd get off school, she'd pick me up, we'd have to go to work, and she'd be doing work, and I'd go be playing the Nintendo 64 demos or the PlayStation 1 demos, like going around the store looking at toys, playing with toys. It was like the best time. So I had a sentimental connection to Toys R Us. So that was pretty sad to see it go. But they're saying it's coming back. Not ours probably, but in general the company.
Yeah. Our hometown, we lost Toys R Us this year. Sears. Now we're losing Dick's, Petco, K's, and it's crazy. We lost a lot of jobs. A lot of places are leaving, but we have somewhere's taking the place of Tela Vista. That's good. And
Let's
maybe
take another call center or
yeah, they still pay. People complain that it's just going to pay minimum wage. It actually pays double minimum wage. So
it's not too shabby.
no, I mean in where we live, that's like living like a king. So is our town becoming a ghost town? It's not the worst. It's becoming more like a shoot 'em up town, like at the Wild West.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's just that a lot of retail stores are succumbing to internet sales. Like Amazon is so much more convenient than going out to the store. I mean, it's good for people that want to see things before they buy it, like going to stores, but you can usually find it cheaper online. It's just convenient. So I think that most retail stores are probably struggling.
yeah, Amazon could develop a recycling process that stopped by my house to get rid of these damn boxes that keep showing up.
Yeah,
That would be nice.
It's nice though, because like I forget, like I this year was the year of pre-orders for me, and I forgot that I ordered something. So it's like things that just show up at my door, and it's like, what is this? So that's been nice, but yeah.
So Spooky, what's your Prime store, your Amazon store? I'm sorry they've given you a hard time. Amazon is slacking because the delivery times. I know it's a big thing. Everyone orders stuff. Even when it's not the holidays, the delivery times sometimes are past 2 days. I really don't care about like the streaming service. I just really care about shipping. I wish you could bundle different things with your Prime. Like I don't want Prime Video, but I would like Audible. So I just had like the free shipping and Audible. That'd be nice instead of the extra subscription. But
Yeah, I get really butthurt when it tells me it's going to be 2 days and then it gets delayed or it just doesn't come. Like one time I'd been waiting all day for this thing to show up, and at the end of the day they're like, trouble shipping it. It'll be like 2 more days. It's like, fucking shit. And I don't even pay for my Amazon. I use my mom's, but still it pissed me off.
so there's this thing by Capital One. It's not by Capital One, but whoever does it is partnering with Capital One. That like you can link it to your Amazon account, and they'll track when Amazon is late for the 2 day shipping or whatever, and they'll supposedly get you a refund or a discount on stuff because it's part of like the contract of your subscription. So I don't know how they make money, but that's supposedly a thing.
That's garbage. Guaranteed delivery rate means nothing. It's bullshit. Ordered stuff 2 weeks ago and it's still not here. Now it says January 4th. That's really bad. Like, especially if you're ordering stuff for Christmas. I don't know. That makes me mad. I know they got a lot going on, but still, they make how much money? Like they can afford to, get stuff on time.
Yeah. They also pay their employees so bad, so you could definitely give them shit. Also, did you know like Virginia is getting part of the Amazon second headquarters?
Anywhere near us or
Northern Virginia, no, Alexandria, outside of there. So more prosperity to Nova.
5 of the items are Christmas gifts. One for the mean sister-in-law. She's gonna give me shit. That sucks. They were supposed to be 2-day guaranteed. They keep using that word, and I don't think it means what they think it means. I want to watch The Princess Bride.
It's really annoying. I don't get how Walmart can't compete with Amazon that well. I mean, they struggle.
Walmart pissed me off. I pre-ordered something from Walmart, and it didn't get to me the day it released. I was like, what is this shit? Really, Walmart? But anyway.
So, in the UK, only 2.4 billion pounds is spent on uneaten, discarded food and unwanted gifts, as per a survey by the Money Advice Service. This is a huge amount of money that's wasted and can be put to more useful purposes and could help or help those less unfortunate or underprivileged people in the world. So there's a lot of waste going on.
Yeah. I mean, it's the season to be wasteful.
Yeah.
So, as a little PSA for Christmas, I have 2 things to say. One has been going around Facebook a lot, and I've heard it for a couple of years, but it makes sense. If you have kids, and kind of like what Ethan was saying earlier, you were saying they told you, there's like, this was us, we did all this. Like, if you're buying something super expensive, say it's from you. Fuck Santa. Because like the kids in the class that didn't get anything for Christmas, they're gonna be like, man, Santa's a dick. He didn't get me, like he got them a Range Rover and I didn't get anything. Number 2, if you have kids of similar age or twins, for example, like me, don't give them joint gifts. Because one day they're going to have to fight each other to see who keeps that gift, especially if it's a good one. Like my air hockey table. I got my air hockey my sister and I got an air hockey table when we were like 12. And at age 25, 26, I had to buy her out of that hockey table. And we also have a 4-wheeler that is just neither of us got that. My dad
stuck in litigation.
Yeah, the paperwork hasn't gone through. It's leaning towards, I don't know. But yeah, it's a really nice 4-wheeler. And my dad, they gave, like, we had a really skimpy Christmas. And like I say that as a spoiled brat because my parents, like my dad had a really good job. Christmas was good. I'm not gonna lie. And this one year, it was kind of skimpy. We didn't really get anything interesting. And then at the end, my mom was like, oh, I forgot one. Here's an envelope. And we opened it up, and it was a picture of a 4-wheeler. And my sister and I had been asking for a 4-wheeler the whole year because it was just the thing to do. And it was a picture of one, and we were so pissed. You're like, are you serious? You're taunting us now? You're really taunting us? And then I was looking at the picture. I was like, wait, that trailer looks familiar. So we went outside, and it was in the trailer. But yeah, I was pretty salty. First world problems, gets a 4-wheeler, throws a fit. But my dad obviously got it for himself because he still has it.
Yeah, who gets to keep it in the end?
Exactly.
That's what matters.
Yeah. How's it going, Bad Vibes? Happy holidays. Maybe that's why Scotland doesn't do it. Maybe so. I give 2 bikes to charity every Christmas because that was my favorite gift ever. Yeah.
That's super sweet. That's really nice.
Yeah, the year I got a bike, like it was great. I wish I still had it. The brakes went out in a very bad time.
But you're still alive.
I am still alive. Yeah, got a lot of scars, but I'm alive.
How did you get those scars?
You want to know how I got these scars? I want my dumb Christmas cartoons. Yeah, the bike year is fucking awesome. Yeah, it's definitely awesome. I had 2 bike years, and they were both great. But now I need another bike, but my parents definitely aren't going to give me one. This year was the first one in like 5 or 6 years that my parents actually asked me what I wanted.
What did you tell them? What are you hoping for there?
Oh, I had to buy it. They're reimbursing me.
Oh.
But it was some Beats headphones because my other ones broke finally.
Oh, man.
It was the $99 ones. It was just not too bougie.
I didn't even know you had Beats over here, Mr.
Yeah, man. They're good headphones. I've always gotten the in-ear ones, though, but they're good headphones. But
I actually remember seeing them on that Williamsburg trip with Ben.
Yeah.
Today.
But yeah, like most years, like the past couple of years, my parents give me what they think I need instead of what I actually want, which is fine because I buy most things I want.
So you got
But
a
like,
hair dryer.
yeah, I got a hair dryer for my birthday. I got toilet paper, got socks, which they're pretty legit. They're pretty warm. Things that you would hate getting as a kid that I kind of actually appreciate now. It's like I open up. I feel like the avocado kid. It's like, or no, the banana kid is like you open it up. It's toilet paper. It's like, oh, toilet paper. Thanks. I needed this. So I don't know if you've seen that. The little kid opens up his present. It's a banana. He's like, oh, banana. I love it. Thanks. But yeah. So I'm excited about Christmas. Hope you strangers are too. And if you're not about Christmas, then enjoy the day anyway. Go on TV, watch. I mean, the Christmas Story is probably going to be on 24/7. That's a good show. Not 24/7, just 24. That's a good movie. Got anything to say, Ethan? I'm just rambling.
I mean, I can go off on the closing thing if you want. It's been fun. Thank you guys for hanging out. I hope everyone does have a good Christmas. The holidays are crazy, so remember what's most important to you. Don't get too stressed or depressed with everything going on. Don't overthink it. I mean, don't get caught up in believing all the like bullshit and stuff that people try to hype it up as the happiest time of the year. Just make it the best for yourself and those around you. And if you're able to give to others, like Spooky giving bikes, give the gift of giving. If not, just don't let it get to you. Just worry about yourself and enjoy your time off and relax.
That was good, Ethan. That was unscripted.
It was actually scripted.
God damn it, Ethan!
I'm trying to get better at like doing this. I have to prepare for this stuff. I literally have a conversation to myself for like an hour writing this stuff out.
I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. I was like, he's not looking at the webcam, but maybe he's actually ad-libbing this. But no, just
no. That came from me writing it
like,
down.
that came from Elf. It came from the movie Elf.
Yeah, inspirational quotes. But no, I really mean it. It's really easy to get bogged down by like all this stuff. I mean, just like this week, I was really like pissed off and stressed about stuff because it, like, the time slips away from you. It's all coming in, and you have to see your fan. It just all kind of collapses in on itself, and it can be stressful. So
I got a way to end the stream. I was a couple years ago. I posted this on Facebook, and it popped up on my on this day thing. So it's a poem I wrote about Christmas. Fuck, I bet I didn't save it. No, I shared it. I shared it. I forgot it.
Yeah, it's on your Facebook, man. I read it.
I'm going. Okay. I'm ad-libbing this right now. I did make it up though. 'Twas the week before Christmas, and Blake threw a fit. He was losing his mind because he hadn't bought shit. What to buy his family? What a huge pressing matter. Between clothes, money, or nothing, he would always choose the latter. I'll be thoughtful this year, he exclaimed with such joy, although he had no idea what to get the girls, or even the boy. So off to the store he went, instead of his usual nap, but he found nothing good, just an abundance of crap. He tried to be thoughtful for once, but it's hard. Looks like everyone's going to get a gift card. Bah, humbug. But yeah, hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate, or just have an awesome Monday, Tuesday, whatever Tuesday it is.
And Wednesday, you guys, some people do the Boxing Day thing or the day after Christmas, second Christmas. Some people get 2, 3 holidays. Some people stretch it out.
Yeah, like birthdays. The whole month is Christmas. But yeah, thanks guys for coming by. We appreciate you spending your time with us. We'll be back next week. And
next week we're gonna have Slumber on, hopefully. So that'll be good. That should be 8 p.m. on Saturday, same time. So be fun.
Yeah. So everybody stay holly, and as always, stay strange.